That's just a preview of coming attractions if the mob doesn't get its way. And normally I'd say, that they should, whatever, would go through count by count, could acquit on this and convict on that, and then maybe hung jury on that. They're all got to be scared. They all have to be nervous. And who could blame them? It'd be wild, though, if someone comes out, a juror comes out after the fact and says, we were going to vote to acquit, but we didn't want to take any chances. I like my home. I like my kids and my family. I can't take any chances.
I mean, moderately comparable was last week with the Dante Wright shooting. They fired the city manager, and the city council people admitted he had a clean record, great guy. They were just fearful of backlash, so they voted.
They fired him for saying she deserves due process.
Yes.
In America, that a defendant deserves due process, and they fired him. And they fired the cop. The chief of police got forced out. He didn't get fired, but I think he gets squeezed out because he said it was a riot. And the media yelled at him, "It was a riot." And he said, they threw bricks at us. They threw frozen cans of pop at us. Of course it was a riot. And the media just were all up in arms because he used the wrong terminology. That's how nuts this has gotten. But I want to play, even though you probably already heard it, I want to play Maxine Waters because it is remarkable how dumb she is, because I don't think she even realizes she's demanding a guilty verdict from a jury that's out. I mean, you might say, let's hope for a guilty verdict, but this is America. An elected official doesn't go there and demand that the trial go, the jury vote her way. But let's hear Maxine, and I hope this includes her demand that they convict him on a charge on something he's not even charged with.
Reform. And so, yes, I would like to see the bill in Congress pass on police reform, but I know that the right wing, the racists, are opposed to it, and I don't know what's going to happen to it, but I know this: we've got to stay in the street, and we've got to demand justice.
As a black man, despite all of the efforts, I feel like nothing changes, and George Floyd is waking so many people up. Yet nothing has happened, despite the rhetoric. Like, what needs to happen that's different this year than all the years before?
We're looking for a guilty verdict. We're looking for a guilty verdict, and we're looking to see if all of the talk that took place and has been taking place after they saw what happened to George Floyd, if nothing does not happen, then we know that we've got to not only stay in the street, but we've got to fight for justice. But I am very hopeful, and I hope that we're going to get a verdict that say guilty, guilty, guilty. And if we don't, we cannot go away.
And not just manslaughter, right? I mean...
Oh, no, not manslaughter. No. This is guilty for murder. I don't know whether it's in the first degree, but as far as I'm concerned, it's first degree murder.
Congresswoman, what happens if we do not get what you just told? What should the people do? What should protesters on the street do?
I didn't hear you.
What happens?
What should protesters do?
Well, we got to stay on the street, and we've got to get more active. We've got to get more confrontational. We've got to make sure that they know that we mean business.
What do you think about this curfew tonight?
We got to get more confrontational. This is insane because people, business is going to be destroyed. We know that. Fires, everything. It's going to be sickening. Hell, last night they destroyed a Popeye's fried chicken in Portland. So that's showing the man, they're showing a fast food place, in the inner city.
Was that the anti-fascists, Jerry?
Yeah, right. That's true. They're trying to stop fascists. Popeye's fried chicken, I guess, is fascist.
I like that with the Maxine Waters thing right there. The member of the credentialed media saying, as a black man, this happens. It never seems to change. What's going to happen now?
Well, it is amazing. They're surrounded by microphones. A woman who is, what is she, 80? Who is calling for violence, and her leadership, again, is not denouncing her. Here's what should be happening today, and I know it's not. She's 82. She'll be 83 this summer. Obviously crazy and angry and inciting violence and demanding, the best part, demanding on the way to Minneapolis from the airport, demanded a police escort and security from the police. And then got to Minnesota, got to Minneapolis, and demanded they defund the police.